name is Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. I have redone my room to put a backdrop up. If you have been on my channel for a long time, you will see that at one point I filmed with a backdrop, then I went away with it. Anyway, this is my first Halloween spooky look this year, so I brought the backdrop back. Today I will be doing Billy the puppet from the Saw movies. I have not actually seen these movies for a very long time. I used to be a huge horror movie fan, and as I've gotten older, I just kind of fell out of that, so anyway, he's still pretty creepy. As always, I'll be voicing over and listing everything that I use down below, so while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get started. So to start, I'm going to cover my eyebrows, so I'm going to do 2 layers of glue. So this is the first layer using the Elmer's Purple Disappearing Glue Stick, and I'm using a disposable mascara wand to brush this against my face. So after 2 layers of that, I'm going to go ahead and set it with some setting powder on both of my eyebrows, which really just gets it to lay down, and then I'm going to cover over it with a light concealer. So this is the Shop Miss A AOA Concealer in Fair Ivory. Next, I'm going to take a white eyeliner to outline sort of the prominent parts of this look so I know kind of where I'm going with it. And so I'm starting with the eyebrows and the high cheekbones. I plan on covering the outside of the look with black so that it kind of blends into my hair and helps me really shape this face. And I'm also going to be drawing his bow tie and suit because I don't actually own a bow tie and suit in order to put on to make this look. So I'm going to use the Mehron water-based face paint. This is their Paradise palette, and I absolutely love this palette. I've worked with it quite a bit, and I'm taking the darker red and outlining the bow tie and taking the lighter red and filling it in. And then I'm going to go in with the darker red again to add some details, so the wrinkles in the bow tie and shading to make it look a little bit more real. Next, I'm going to take these CC Flash palettes. I bought these off of Amazon, and this is the first time I've worked with any oil or grease based paints. These are supposed to be a dupe for the Makeup Forever Flash palette that is sold on Sephora for about $100, and these were, I think, $25 for the 2 of them, and it actually worked out pretty well. The sponge blended it out well, and so does the brush, and it's not streaky or anything like that, although it could be a little bit patchy if you're not using enough. So I am just using a gray to cover my whole face and then using white on the eyebrows and my nose to highlight. And I am starting to go back in with some more gray and some more white kind of all over my face using a sponge and a brush to sort of lighten up that gray a little bit. And then I'm taking a darker gray and I'm starting to kind of carve out my eyebrows to make the eyebrows look a little bit more protruded. They are quite protruded on the actual puppet from the movie, and shading is not my forte, so I was going back and forth a lot with the different spots that I was trying to shade and shadow to get it to pop out from my face. So that includes the cheekbone. He's actually got a pretty big butt chin on the puppet, and so I'm trying to kind of shadow that in as well. You'll see me go back and forth into the eyebrows quite a bit throughout this video just because I wasn't ever happy with it until the very end. So I was always adding more gray and then blending it out because I thought it was too aggressive, but then adding more because it wasn't enough. Whatever. Anyway, so then I was working on the marionette mouth with black out of the same palette, brushing it out, and then outlining it again. For the blacks of my eyes, I'm using the P. Louise base. This is their Bata Black base. In hindsight, I would not have covered my eyes with gray before going with this black just because the black was starting to mix with the gray, and it wasn't as black as I wanted it to be. So then I took a black eyeshadow and patted it on, and this seemed to fix the problem. It got it to be pretty black, and I just blended out the outside to kind of make it look like my eyes are a little bit hollow and it's not such a harsh line. Like I said, here I am playing with my eyebrows again to try to get it to pop out more, as well as the cheekbones, and blending it out because I again thought it was too aggressive. But I'm taking a big fluffy brush with some setting powder and just setting all over my face. That way the grease doesn't really move because this doesn't dry all the way like the water-based paints do. But I'm going back in with the Mehron water-based face paints now to do the swirls on my face. And the 2 swirls are in opposite direction on both sides. And I was pretty impressed that I got the first swirl on my first try, but then the second swirl took me, no joke, 5 or 6 tries. And I kept having to wipe it off, redo the base gray and white, and redo it. So I finally got it, and we can move on now. I'm using a Buxom red lip liner to line my lips and also fill them in. And then I'm also going to drag out the corners of my lips a little bit just so they're pretty sharp and defined. Next, I'm going to start working on the black face paint that is going to be sort of on the outside of my face to help kind of give me that the right shape for the face. So I'm coloring this all in with various brush sizes. This is with the Mehron face paint again. And then I'm also coloring in my ears. I've never colored in my ears before, but I'm taking a bigger brush and then working it onto my shoulders and stuff because he's wearing like this black tuxedo jacket. And then I go back in with the CC paints in white to start kind of coloring in his dress shirt. And I'm using the black in there as well to sort of outline it, and then a beige for the button. And I'm dotting in some black, just the one button. And then I'm using the grease paints again in the black to do like the lapel on his suit jacket and outlining it in white so that it pops out. Last thing, just popping in some scary contacts. Okay, so that is it for my tutorial today. The thing that took me the longest was definitely getting the little swirls even. I feel like the black backdrop really helps me like kind of disappear into the background and really focus on the look. I really love how this turned out. As you know, shading is like not my favorite thing to do, but I feel like I got the cheekbones to pop out and the eyebrows to pop out, so I'm gonna count that as a win. I cannot wait to do more spooky looks for you guys. This turned out so good. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye!